All right, let's get you up to speed with the latest coming in from Madurai. The Madurai temple showdown peaks after Madras High Court had ordered for the lamp to be lit in the contentious Madurai temple site on the Deepam festival in Tamil Nadu on the 3rd of December. The government has ignored the order and not lit the lamp, leading to massive protests and chaos in Madurai. What was considered a significant yet controversial ruling right ahead of the Karthigai Deepam festival, which was to take place today, which is the 3rd of December. Madurai bench of the Madras High Court had ordered that apart from the customary lighting of the festival lamp, a lamp would also, the Deepam must also be lit at the Deepothun, an ancient stone lamp pillar located on a lower peak. It seems that the government has not gone with the order or abided by the order is concerned, and what you see right now at the temple is abject chaos. Madurai chaos at the temple, protesters attempting to climb the hill stopped by the cops. This, in one case, viewers, can also be viewed as the state government defying a mandated court order. I want to quickly cut across to my colleague Pramod Madhav, who is joining us for more. Pramod, will you give us context to what you're witnessing right now at the Madurai temple, and why is it that the state government has refused to comply with court orders?
Preeti, this is a little bit complicated. Behind us, you could see these are the pro-Hindi groups who have gathered over here. And this is the foothill of a place called as Thiruparankundram. And today is a very auspicious day for the Karthigai Deepam, the Pirum Karthigai, which means in almost all 6 important abodes of Lord Murugan, Arubade Video, everywhere, the Karthigai Deepam must have been lit. However, the issue when it comes to this particular place is that below, above the temple, there are 2 hills. On top of one, Karthigai Deepam is being lit regularly. However, there is another place which is very, very ancient, and that is the place that has turned controversial because on that side, there is actually a Dargah, and this particular lamp called as Deepothun is only 50 meters away from the Dargah. That is why so long it has been avoided to light the lamp over there. However, Justice G.R. Swaminathan, who had now gave an order, stated that it should be allowed to go ahead and light the lamp over there. We climbed over the hill, we went over there, we saw the Karthigai Deepam being lit as well, but on the place where the court has ordered, it was not lit. That led to the chaos over here. You could see pro-Hindu groups who have gathered off the spot. Officially, 25 people tried to walk up the hill, but they could not climb anymore because the police over there, situation turned chaotic as they were forcibly removed from there, and they were now protesting at this location. In fact, as we speak, another kind of instruction has been given by the court that the petitioner who has sought the lamp to be lit over on that particular Deepothun can be accompanied by 10 people along with the protection of CISF over here and Central Reserve Force, and he can go ahead and go to that particular area. We are not sure that could be allowed right now because the place is, no one is allowed over there after 7 p.m. because this place is a little dangerous to walk at this moment. So for that, now people are protesting over here, and there is huge police force also placed at this spot, Preeti.
What was the reason that was given by the government to not comply with court orders?
Preeti, like so far, no particular reason has been given. One petition was filed by the temple authorities. Earlier, it was said that it could be the HR&CE or the executive officer or the joint commissioner. But it looks like we do not have any clarity over that particular thing because the petition is with no one. Earlier, what happened is that until 5:30 p.m., there were preparations that was done to take the lamp, the necessary things to burn, the kind of like fuel and such, the ghee and everything. But what happened is that after 5:40 only, we were told that actually that it was not allowed and that the lamp was not lit over there. That only led to the chaos because these pro-Hindu groups were standing over here. They were protesters who were waiting to see the lamp lit from the spot, but as that did not happen, now it has turned chaotic. Even now, the reason that's being said, like multiple reasons are being given, but only in the court they are going to give kind of a reason why it was not done. However, it looks like the officials will also now face contempt of the court charges, Preeti.
All right, contempt of court charges which the government is facing. Right now, what is peaking is communal tension in the area. Pramod, continue to stay on with me. Coming right back to Pramod, let's quickly dip in to how the chaos ensued, resulting in violence when the Deepam wasn't lit at the lower peak as mandated by the courts. Listen in, and we are back with Pramod.
As the lamp was not lit over the Deepothun, now the protesters over here, pro-Hindu group, Hindu Munni and such, are coming over to this at the foothill of Thiruparankundram. And as we speak, they are trying to protest, claiming that there is a court order and still they are not allowed to go over there and light the Karthigai Deepam. As we speak over there right now, they are trying to break the barricade, and that is also huge kind of issues happening over here with this Thiruparankundram hill, where on one side the Karthigai Deepam has been lit, but on the other side now protesters are trying to climb over to the hill once again, and they are trying to enter the other portion where you have the Dargah, and from 50 meters away from there you have the particular Deepothun, and they are trying to enter this vicinity. Police are trying to block them. However, protesters have entered and more are trying to come over here. Police are trying to block them over here. Still, a team has gone up and they are claiming that they want to light the lamp over there. These are the protesters at this spot, and they are climbing atop this particular hill. This is Sikandar Malai. This is an issue, Thiruparankundram hill, and there it earlier turned out to be an issue because it was called as Sikandar Malai. Then it had to go to the court, and then it was actually now it is once again being called as Thiruparankundram hill. One of the protesters over here is also injured. However, the rest of the protesters are climbing atop. On the top, there is another one particular police force which is trying to block them. This is close to 200 steps they have to climb to go over the spot over there. Police are trying to stop them, however, but they broke the barricade. They also tried to enter through another spot of the temple, and you could see on one side there is police force that is blocking the people, and on the other side a group is walking towards the atop of the place where this particular passage will break into left and right. Left side you will go to the normal place, and the right side it will actually go to the place where the Dargah. Earlier the court has ordered to light the lamp over Deepothun. However, that was not done, leading to such chaos at Thiruparankundram. Daniel, Pramod Madhav for India Today.
All right, viewers, I want to give our viewers a bit of context on what really is taking place that has resulted in fair amount of violence and chaos right now in Madurai. I hark back, this is a festival which is over 100 years old, viewers. It takes place, the Karthigai Deepam festival, which is lit near the Ucha Pillayar temple, which is midway up the hill in Madurai. Now, Hindu petitioners have argued that the ancient pillar on the lower peak of the Ucha Pillayar temple, called the Deepothun, was historically meant for lighting the deep, and that doing so would assert the temple's right over the hill. Having said that, near the lower hill there is a Dargah. Even the temple administration, the Hindu religious charitable board of the temple administration of the Ucha Pillayar temple and the Dargah both have opposed the move. Their concern was that the Deepothun lies closer to the hilltop mosque, and that lighting the lamp has not been done for over a century, over 100 years, and it lies in interest of communities that not be instigated, as that lamp hasn't been lit for over a century now, and that's where the Dargah lies. And even the temple administration wanted the deep to be lit midway up the hill as it has been done traditionally, but Hindu groups wanted otherwise, to be lit near the lower hill, asserting that this is the right of the temple. Now, what has really happened is that Justice Swaminathan held the view that the temple land well outside the areas belonging to the Dargah, and therefore the temple has every right to light the Deepam. He noted that this was assertion of temple land, even though the temple authorities have opposed it. Now, what has resulted is that the state government has not allowed the Deepam to be lit, which is contempt of court, and on the other account, what you see are Hindu groups filing in and the chaos and tension which prevails. I want to pull in my colleague Pramod Madhav back into this conversation to give a larger perspective on what he's witnessing right now. Pramod, give us a bit of context. The temple authorities themselves have opposed that the Deepam be lit in the lower hill, which lies close to the Dargah. Yet, right now, there is a court-mandated order that, the legal right of the temple, as it is the land of the temple, that Deepam needs to be lit, and Hindu groups now filing in, protesting. Are things under control? What are you witnessing?
Well, Deepthi, behind me, you could see that like the crowd is still over there and they're still protesting. And the important aspect here is that we are at the foothill where you could see it's been barricaded and police are also here. Police have surrounded the entire crowd right now. The bigger problem here is that, just like you mentioned, there are two hilltops and one hilltop, the Karthigai Deepam, has already been lit. We also have the visuals and this Karthigai Deepam will go for the next 3 days. However, the bigger issue is that like the Deepothun, which is on the bigger hilltop, that is where the protesters who have with the weapon, with the hand of the court order in their hand, they want to climb over there and they want to lit the lamp. That is not being allowed. Earlier, what happened is that like until 5:40 p.m., it looked like that particular Deepothun lamp will be lit, and that's why they were quiet. But as they saw that the people were moving away from that particular Deepothun, situation turned chaotic, and they're still protesting over here. We've been told that another direction has also been issued by the court, where 10 people along with the petitioner can walk atop this particular hill and they can go and light the lamp. Situation is little grim over here because it's very difficult for this terrain to go up right now. But however, protesters are still standing and the court has also directed that the Central Reserve Force should give them protection. We are not sure if it could happen today because it's after 7 p.m. But if the protesters here are adamant, there are high chances that the police will have to comply. But for now, we've been told that the temple authorities did not light the lamp because as they have gone ahead with their appeal to another bench claiming against G.R. Swaminathan's earlier verdict, and that is why they claim that the lamp was not lit, Preeti.
All right, Pramod, thank you for joining us. We're going to continue to come back to you. My colleague Pramod joining us from Madurai. They're keeping a close eye on all developments where the Ucha Pillayar temple is concerned. Things looking grim. There's a fair amount of chaos. Right now, there is an understanding with the new order coming in of the court that 10 people, including the petitioner, could walk up, which is tricky terrain, up the hill to light that lamp. What prevails is communal tension.